Hey Meg, are you there? I was just double checking that you were going to the doctor's office today, right? Have you already gone? Or are you still at home?
No, I already went actually. My appointment was this morning. What about you, Dan? Did you just start your lunch break?
Yeah, about 3 minutes ago. This morning has been so slow. I was waiting all day up to now so that I could text you. So anyways, how did the doctors go? Did they have anything to say? How are things looking?
Well, they did a sonogram and ran over some other tests, and it seems like the baby's doing really well. And since I'm this close to having it, they really aren't concerned about any kind of freak incidents happening suddenly. They said that as far as they could tell, I'm on track to have the baby according to when they said I would.
I see. Well then it all sounds like good news to me. That's such a relief. And just to double check, if the doctor said that you'd have the baby according to the date they predicted for you, would that mean we'd be looking at the start of next month?
Yep, pretty much around then, although you can never know for sure with this thing, right? So it might be a couple of days before or after that window, but I take it that you've already asked your boss for the time off, right?
Well, yeah. I did ask, but I was only able to get a few days off of work anyways. He told me that even though it's my break time, that I can't just take off huge amounts all of a sudden. But I'll talk to him about it a little more. Maybe at the very least, I can arrange some kind of work from home deal or something like that.
Of course, you do what you need to do to make sure things go okay at your office. Oh, right. That reminds me, I meant to ask you, did you say anything to that coworker of yours? What's his name? Ted?
You're asking me if I said anything to Ted? Like what? What should I have said?
Well, it's just his wife actually came over not that long ago. She came over asking if I could teach her how to bake after I'd given birth. But she specifically asked if I could teach her how to make a bundt cake, even though I've never ever made one of those before.
Wait, really? Are you sure? You mean to tell me you've never made a bundt cake before? What do you call those little small ones that you made last year of the New Year's party?
Dan, are you talking about the cupcakes that I made? Did you really think those were called bundt cakes? They're two completely different things. She'd be better off just following some recipe online.
Well, I don't really see what the difference is. If you can bake one thing, you can probably bake a bunch more then, right?
I really don't think that's how it works, and I certainly wouldn't be comfortable teaching someone something I don't know how to do. But more important than that, you really have to quit fibbing to people about me, Dan. I mean, you tell people that I can do basically anything, and then they come to me asking for it.
And you really think that's all because of what I tell people about you?
Of course that's what I think it's all about, but do you have any idea just how much work I've had to do so that those people don't get disappointed?
Work? What are you talking about? What have you done?
I mean that you had that other friend who you told that I could speak Spanish to, remember? I don't speak any Spanish.
But that isn't true though. I mean, you told me you were pretty good at it when you took it in high school.
Yeah, and it's only gotten worse since. Besides, you told this person that I would teach them how to speak Spanish. But I've never once taught anything to anyone. Why do you keep telling these kinds of lies to people? Do you have any idea how embarrassing it is when I have to tell them that I have no idea how to do what they think I do?
Is it really that bad? I think that sounds kind of funny to me.
Well, I'm not laughing at all, Dan. I am really happy that you can talk about me freely to your friends and coworkers. But I'm only asking that you just tell them things about me that are actually true. Is that really so much to ask for?
Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have sent that last message. But, I mean, you really do so much already. And thanks to me, everyone in my office thinks that you're amazing. That's a good thing, right?
Dan, I think we've talked about this before, but ever since I was little, people always told me that I could do anything just because I'm pretty. And thanks to that, I actually suffered a lot of embarrassment when I couldn't do any of it. It was a lot to put on a kid, and I still carry those feelings with me, especially when your coworkers come around asking me for things.
Alright. I think you did tell me something about this before actually. But anyways, If you're really so against seeing any of my coworkers, does that mean that you're going to miss the company barbecue that's coming up?
It feels like you're just trying to change the subject here when I'm trying to tell you about how I feel.
No, I'm not trying to change the subject. I'm just putting a pin so that we can talk about the barbecue really quick. I mean, I think some people are gonna bring their whole families, so I really would appreciate if you could come.
I'm really sorry, Dan, but I can hardly stand the smell of meat cooking as it is. I just don't see that happening. Besides, it's already so hot this summer, I don't think I could be outdoors for that long.
I guess you have a point there. But that really sucks. I was hoping we could have gone together.
Well, sorry it didn't work out this time. Maybe next year. And again, just please be a little more careful with what you tell others about me, okay? I understand wanting to brag about your wife, but let's keep the brags within the realm of things I can actually do.
Yeah. I promise to watch what I say around people. Jeez. Anyways, I've got to get back to work now. As for you, you're pregnant. So you really should learn to relax and take things easier.
Thanks for that, Dan. I'll do my best to take things easy from here on. Hope you have a good rest of the day at work.
Hey Meg, what are you doing right now? So happy to be at home at the moment.
Yep, I'm at home, pregnant as ever. I take it you've already arrived at your company barbecue then? You know, I can hardly even get myself off the couch as I am right now. But I hope that you're having fun. How is it over there?
Oh, it's really fun. Lots of people here and we are all having a good time. But I'm actually going to be coming home now. So get ready to leave the house when I get back, okay?
Wait, what? You mean you're already coming home from the event? And just where are we going that I need to get ready to leave? Where are we going?
Well, I'm going to be bringing you to the barbecue as well. So just get ready for me to pick you up and we can go.
Hold on a second, Dan. I thought that we already talked about this. I told you that I wouldn't be able to go. You said okay, remember? What changed since then?
Yeah, I did say that I was okay with it. But now I have people here who are asking where you are and want to meet you.
As in people from your work that want to meet me? People like who?
You remember last year how that new girl joined our company, right? Well, she wants to meet the wife that I've been bragging about this whole time.
I think I remember you mentioning something about the new hire, but I don't get why she would want to meet me.
I guess that she's just come to really admire you after all that she's heard. This is a good thing.
She's come to admire me? What does that even mean? How can she admire me if we haven't even met? I'm sorry, Dan, but I'm just really confused right now.
Well then, let me explain. Thanks to me, my whole office thinks that you're a beautiful woman, an amazing cook, and a jack of all trades. You must be so happy to hear all of this though, right? I mean, this is great for you.
Dan, I thought that we talked about this before. You said that you would stop telling people in your office lies about me, remember? Please, it's really embarrassing when they ask me about all these things that I just can't do. I know that you're just wanting people to be excited about meeting your wife, but it really does put me in an awkward spot.
I'm sorry, but I don't see anything wrong with what I'm doing. I know that you don't want to come and meet this coworker. I'm going to insist that you do come.
Are you serious right now? You're seriously going to insist that I go to this barbecue with you even though I told you I can't?
Please. Don't you care at all about my reputation here at the office? I am your husband and I am inviting you to this event. You are going to make me look really bad if you just turn me down, you know? How am I supposed to save face around here if you're not doing what I say?
Dan, you do realize that I am on the verge of giving birth to our child, right? I mean, I could go into labor any day now, basically. And I am telling you that I don't want to be standing outside at a hot barbecue and smell meat cooking all day.
Oh, come on. Do you really think the weather is so bad that something's gonna happen to you? You're going to be just fine. Don't worry so much.
Dan, you can't just brush off all my worries by telling me not to worry. Besides, this isn't just about me. This is about the baby as well. Aren't you worried about what will happen if I get heat stroke or something?
Of course I'm not, because that isn't going to happen. I'll be right there looking after you, don't worry. If you ever get tired, you can just tell me and it'll be all okay.
Really? Because for some reason I just can't bring myself to believe that.
You mean that you can't believe something your own husband is telling you? What's the matter with you? Besides, I need you here at the barbecue so that I could put you to work.
Put me to work? What does that mean? You aren't seriously going to ask me to do things there, are you?
You mean you really think you can just show up, eat food, and then go home without doing anything? Come on now, I've been telling everyone here about how amazing you are. You have to show up and do something to impress them. Think of how embarrassed I'll be if you can't even do that. Anyways, I'm already on my way over to pick you up. Ugh, you really have some serious nerve, do you know that? I mean, did you really have to go and faint in the middle of the barbecue and in front of all my coworkers? You totally ruined the reputation I set up for you. I don't even know what else to say except that I'm very, very disappointed in you.
Excuse me? You're disappointed in me? You've got to be kidding me. Dan, I can't believe you actually just said that. I am seriously getting sick and tired of you.
And just who do you think you are to take that kind of tone with me, huh? This is all your fault. If you didn't pass out, then my boss would have never scolded me in front of everyone. Can you believe that they put all the blame on me for what you did? Don't you dare try to spin this against me too. No one is spinning anything against you. Certainly not me, your boss. What are you talking about? You're not boss? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Oh no, it's no joke at all. This is your boss speaking to you, or should I say, former boss. Since as of today, you are fired. Wait, Tony, is that really you? What on earth are you doing with my wife? Well, your wife had her accident at our company event. So of course I went to the hospital to go and visit her and apologize for what happened. And that was when she talked about the kind of idiotic things you've been saying to her. Well, I got upset that I asked Meg if I could borrow her phone and have a little word with you. Okay. I believe that it's really you, but I'm not really fired, right? I mean, you didn't really mean it when you said that, did you? Oh, I was very serious and I still am. I better not see you at work tomorrow. Now hold on just a second. Don't you think that's just taking things a little bit too far? I mean, this has to be illegal or something. I'm sorry. But after what I've learned about you, I just don't want to be working in the same office as you. But why? I didn't even do anything. It was my wife who caused the scene, not me. Are you really trying to pin this all on your pregnant wife? I can't believe that you would do that. How can you call yourself her husband? She should be the most important thing in the world to you. And this whole time you were just trying to use her to score points at the office. Tony, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's appropriate for you to be stepping into this matter. This is between my wife and I would appreciate your understanding. All that being said, please don't fire me. Well, if you'd like, we could take this matter to court and see what a judge has to say about your firing. But this isn't fair. You can't take me to... You're the one trying to fire me. And I'll make sure that the court knows exactly why keeping you around would be bad for the company. By the way, I wouldn't bother trying to visit your wife in the hospital. She's asking me to tell you that she never wants to see you again. Not only that, but she also wants to get a divorce as well. She's telling me to tell you that the next time you hear from her, it'll be through her lawyer. Have a nice life, Dan.
It wasn't long after that I went into labor, but I would never have guessed that I would be signing divorce papers as soon as it was born. I heard later from Tony that Dan was ultimately fired as well. During the divorce proceedings, I was able to get a hefty payment from Dan for the danger that he put our child and I in. He was also ordered to pay child support until our baby was an adult. Dan decided to settle the child support issue with one large payment. Apparently, he couldn't stand the shame of his family and office knowing what he had done. He wanted to get the divorce process over and done with as soon as possible. After it was all done and over, I never heard from Dan again. I know it'll be hard to raise this child on my own. Sometimes I wonder if it wouldn't have been better to stay with Dan. But then I think of what that would mean making my child grow up with. No matter what, I don't regret what I've done.
Hey, Carla, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I have some plans to go out and eat with some friends tomorrow. So if you could come and pick me up around 11 to take me there, that would be lovely.
Hello, Rhonda. Thank you for reaching out. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to be at work tomorrow. I don't think that I'll be able to make it over to your house by 11.
Work? What do you mean, work? I thought that you worked from home. I don't see how needing to work tomorrow would keep you from coming to get me when you'll be at home all day anyway.
I know, and I really am sorry, but something's come up and I'm just not going to be able to leave.
Oh, come on. This will be really, really quick, I swear. You'll come pick me up at 11, and I promise that you'll be home before even noon. It will just take a second.
I'm sorry, Rhonda, but I really don't think that it will. I know how much time it takes to go to your house and drive you around. So I think that tomorrow you'll have to find someone else to drive you, or else take an Uber or the bus or something.
No, that is just unacceptable. You aren't allowed to deny me this, Carla. Besides, I already told my friends that my daughter-in-law would be joining us for lunch.
But this is the first that I'm hearing about these plans, and now you're telling me that they're tomorrow?
I thought I told you that I would only allow you to work if you were going to do it from home, specifically so that I could have you do things for me when I needed them. But if you can't even do that, then you should just go back to being a housewife. Because clearly you still don't understand the fact that you should always be putting your mother-in-law first.
Please, Rhonda, that isn't fair. I've finally found something that I really want to do. I don't want to quit my job.
But when you have a kid, you're going to have to quit your job, won't you?
That wasn't what my plan was at all, actually. I was thinking that I would still work even after I have a child.
Now you listen to me, young lady. You are going to come and pick me up when I tell you to, and that is that. Unless you rather I tell all my friends just to show up at your house and have lunch there.
Okay, Rhonda, you win. I'll pick you up tomorrow if that's what you really need from me.
You should have just said that you would in the first place. Then we wouldn't have had to waste our time fussing over this pointlessly. I can't believe that you would even try to lie to me about getting in the way of your work schedule. Did you really think I was going to buy that?
But I wasn't lying to you. I guess now I'll just have to stay up all night working so that I don't miss the deadline for this tomorrow.
If you had that option, then you should have said that's what you were going to do in the first place. But remember that you're going to be driving me around tomorrow, so you better not get us into an accident. Do you understand me? Because if anything does happen, then I'm going to make sure that everyone knows it's all your fault. Got it?
I understand. Thank you for making that perfectly clear to me.
Also, I want to trace back to what you were talking about earlier about keeping your job even after you've had a child. Does that mean that you and my son are actually thinking about having a child together then?
Well, if we can, I would really like to have a child with Ben, yes.
I see. And here I thought that you two were never ever going to give me any grandchildren. After all, you two have been married a whole year and there has been nothing on that front.
I understand that, but I do want you to know that Ben and I have talked about it. In fact, it was Ben who suggested that we wait a little bit before trying for one.
But if you wait too long, then your ovaries are going to shrivel up and you'll run out of eggs. I mean, you're already older than 30 years old, you know, and my daughter, who's still in her 20s, already has 2 kids. So it sounds to me like you two might have just been slacking off this whole time.
Rhonda, I am really sorry, but I just have to get back to work now, but we can talk more about this tomorrow if you'd like.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you're just sitting thinking about how obnoxious and horrible your mother-in-law is being to you right now, aren't you? Anyways, just remember to be at my house by 11. I don't want you getting here a minute sooner or later, and I don't want to hear any complaining about how I'm getting in the way of your work. And just know that if you don't show up, there is going to be serious hell to pay. Hello there, Carla. I just wanted to say thank you so much for yesterday's meal. I really loved how you made it so flavorless and bland. Did you do that just for me? Because you don't think old people can handle flavor? Or do you also subject my poor son to that kind of cooking too?
I'm really sorry that you had a problem with the dinner that I cooked last night. I only seasoned it the way that Ben says he prefers.
Wait, what? You're telling me that Ben actually says he likes his food tasting like that?
That is what he's told me in the past, yes.
Oh, but that can't be right. Sometimes I just don't know what goes on in that head of his. But I know that he must be lying to you.
I really don't think that my husband was lying about how I make him his food. In fact, he's always going on about how much he loves my cooking, if you really want to know.
And you still haven't realized that he's probably just saying that as to not hurt your feelings. I know what my son likes to eat, and let me tell you that it is not the slop that you were serving us last night. He likes thick flavor and rich smells. It sounds to me like someone would be better off cooking out of a recipe book than whatever led you to make whatever you did. Anyway, speaking of Ben, he's going away on his business trip today, isn't that right?
Yes, he's already left for the airport, actually. Why do you bring that up?
Oh, perfect. That's just what I wanted to hear. In that case, I want you to come to my house tomorrow. I'm going to teach you how to cook and make it so that you can actually dish out something served for once.
Sorry, you want me to go over to your house tomorrow? I don't think that will work. I'll be working then.
Oh, there you go again, trying to use your work to get out of doing what I tell you to. So you're really telling me that you don't think you need any kind of training? Are you okay? Were you dropped on your head as a child or something? Because if you're going to be like this, I might just have to take it upon myself to make you quit your job.
Rhonda, I think that Ben already talked to you about this, didn't he? He told you that it's my choice whether or not I want to work and that you shouldn't try and interfere with the fact that I am working. Now, this is something that Ben, not me, has said to you, right? So why haven't you stopped?
Oh, so now you're telling me that I have to listen to whatever my sons tell me to do. I think you're forgetting who's really in charge here.
That isn't what I meant, but I'm just trying to tell you that I'm not going to be quitting my job just because it's something you want me to do.
How dare you say that? You're just going to ignore what your mother-in-law has to say to you?
I'm not ignoring. I am very much listening to what you have to say. I'm just telling you that I'm not going to quit my job because you want me to.
Now you listen here, young woman. I am your mother-in-law, and when I say jump, the only thing I should be hearing from you is how high. You really need to learn your place in this relationship. You're already on thin ice by not coming to live with me. How dare you take away my eldest son when he should be staying at home taking care of his mother in her advanced years?
I'm really sorry to tell you this, Rhonda, but not living with you was actually Ben's idea.
But he only reached that decision because of all the pressure that you were putting on him, weren't you? Well, you aren't going to control me like that, I can tell you that much. In fact, you should be trying to change his mind and telling him that you both should come and live with me. That's the least a daughter-in-law could do for her mother-in-law.
Well, I'm sorry, but I just don't really see that happening, Rhonda.
You really are just a terrible person, do you know that? Just the worst. I have no idea what my silly son was thinking when he decided it would be a good idea to marry you. Even his sister was smart enough to move in with her husband's family. And now she spends her days from sunup to sundown being a loyal daughter-in-law to her in-laws.
And I am sure that that is her way of trying to get along with her husband's family. I would really like it if we could find a way to get along too.
Oh, please, of course you don't. If you really did, then you would just shut up and do as I tell you. But I know that your real goal is to keep turning my son against me until he wants nothing to do with me. But it's you and Ben who should end things.
And just what do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean by that? I mean that the two of you should get a divorce. After all, what's the point of being married if you're not even pregnant yet? As far as I'm concerned, that just makes you useless. And at least if the two of you did break up, then Ben might be able to find a decent wife for himself.
Rhonda, I think that you're being unreasonable right now, and I really don't like you suggesting that Ben and I should get a divorce. In fact, that thought has never ever crossed either of our minds.
Well, if you don't want my son to leave you, you better start pulling your weight around here. And you can start doing that by showing up to my house tomorrow. It's high time you learn what it means to be a good wife and daughter-in-law. And I don't want to hear any excuses about how you can't come because of your job.
Okay then, I'll go to your house tomorrow, but let's please just try to get along. Oh, hey there, Kate. Sorry I wasn't able to take your calls. There was actually something that I was wanting to talk to you about as well, so maybe we should arrange a time we can both talk.
Carla, I want to know what your deal is. How can you hurt my mom like that? My mom called me out to go and visit her at home, and she was bleeding from her head. She told me that you did that to her. What's the matter with you? I'm going to call the cops on you.
I don't think that there's any need for you to go and do that.
What are you talking about? You think I'm just gonna let you get away with this?
No, I'm not trying to get away with anything, and I'm not trying to run away. It's just that the police are already on their way over there, so tell your mom to get ready for that.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Did you go to the cops or something?
I did, actually. I filed a report against your mom, if you must know.
Hold on a second. What are you even talking about right now, Carla? You hurt my mom and made her bleed, and yet you're the one trying to file a report against her? Or did you just turn yourself in? I don't get what's going on here.
That much I already know, but the fact of the matter is that your mom was the one who hurt me when she pushed me down the stairs.
Wait, what? I'm still confused. Now you're telling me that my mom fell down some stairs? But what about her bleeding head injuries?
I don't know about that, but I was the one who fell down the stairs while she just stood there and watched.
Carla, are you telling the truth about all of this?
Of course I am. I don't have any kind of video evidence if that's what you're after, but I do have an audio recording of it happening. I suppose that will have to serve as the proof that I have of what happened.
You were recording the whole thing? But why? I'm still just confused here.
I made a recording so that I would have proof of all the horrible things that your mom was saying to me. And it wasn't just this one time that she was doing this. She's been treating me horribly ever since I married your brother. I have talked about this with Ben, and it's getting to the point that we're thinking of just cutting communication off with your mom entirely.
I don't believe it. Was my mom really bullying you? I really had no idea.
Well, I'm very sorry that you had to find out like this. To be honest, it was something that I didn't want you to get dragged into.
No, you don't have to apologize to me. I'm the one who should be sorry. I mean, I had no idea that this was going on this whole time.
I appreciate you saying that, but you shouldn't feel guilty about this either, you know? I thought that if I just kept it to myself, that your mom and I would be able to work things out between ourselves, but I guess there was never even a chance of that happening, and I see that now.
You know, I also know what it's like to have your in-laws bully you.
What do you mean by that?
It's just that, well, my husband's parents have also been bullying me ever since I moved in with them.
You're kidding me, but when your mom talks about it, she makes it sound like things are going great for you. But I guess I never did ask you yourself about how things are going.
I know, but it's really okay. I understand the feeling of not wanting to bother others with what you think is something you can handle on your own. But this isn't about me. It's about you and my mom. I'll tell her what you've told me and explain to her that she's in big trouble.
I really am so sorry for sucking you into this, Kate, but thank you so much for understanding.
Of course I understand. And thank you for telling me about this. Carla, are you there? I was wondering if you and I could have a little chat. Maybe I could go over to your house and we could discuss things just the two of us.
I thought that both of your children made it very clear to you that you are not to get near me, no?
Of course. But then maybe I should just text you about what I wanted to talk about. I just really want to apologize for what happened the other day. I really didn't mean to do it on purpose, and I want you to know that.
Really? Because I've replayed it in my head over and over again, and I don't see how it could have been anything but intentional. I even recorded the things you were saying to me right before it happened, right before you shoved me down those stairs. So I really don't think that anyone is buying that what you did was accidental.
Well, okay, so I gave you a small little push, but it was just a little joke.
I don't care if you thought it was a joke. It resulted in me breaking some bones. Not only that, but then you tried to tell people that I was the one who shoved you down the stairs.
You're right, but it was just because I was so worried that people might blame me.
Well, they should. It was all your fault that I fell in the first place. What is even the point of this conversation? I'm leaving.
Wait, no, Carla, don't. Because I really am so sorry about this. Can't you go to the police and explain to them that this was all a big mistake?
But it isn't a mistake. We know exactly what happened, and you did what you did on purpose.
Please, I really didn't mean to. I swear to never do anything like that to you ever again. Besides, it's not like you didn't do anything to me. Right as you were falling, you took a swipe at me. If you had actually hit me with it, I could have been really hurt.
I see. So you really think that those two things are equivalent then? I don't know why I thought that you might actually have reflected on what you did.
No, please don't go. I really have thought about what I did. I know that it was wrong of me to do that to you. So, can you please just talk to my children and tell them to not leave me? I don't know how I'm supposed to live with myself if they leave me like this. I need you to forgive me so that they can forgive me too.
You have got to be kidding me, right? You want me to forgive you for totally selfish reasons?
But if you don't do this for me, then I'm never going to be able to see my family ever again. Don't you realize that? I just need you to go talk to my children and the cops and tell them that this was all just one big mistake.
And just why should I go and do all of this for you when you haven't even given me a real apology? You're asking for all of this just for your own benefit when you haven't shown any remorse for what you've done to me.
Look, I know that I might have pushed you down the stairs and that you hurt yourself falling down, but you have to realize that I didn't have that much family left. I mean, my kids are basically all I have left now, and if I don't have them, then who am I supposed to have to take care of me when I get older?
Incredible. I really just don't even know what to say to that. But honestly, it isn't up to me how your children decide to interact with you.
But you could change their minds if you just told them that you weren't mad at me anymore. Please, I need them to forgive me for this. I'm begging you here. You don't know what this is going to do to me. I don't have any more kids in my life.
You can beg me for this all you want, but I don't think that anything is going to change until you realize that you've done this all to yourself. I've tried explaining to you over and over again that I had my own life and career to worry about, and yet you constantly kept trying to control me. Then Ben went away for his business trip, and you tried to wedge yourself into my life even more than before. And all the while you were saying all kinds of terrible things to me. Did you think that I wasn't being patient with you? That I didn't have my own limits of what I would take from you? That you could just treat people like that without any consequences?
I am so sorry, Carla. You have to believe me. I mean, you know that I never really wanted you and Ben to get divorced, right? I was just saying a bunch of stupid things. I just hoped that if I talked to you like that it might have pushed you to be a better wife.
And that's why you had to push me down the stairs? How was that supposed to make me into a better wife, huh?
I just wasn't thinking in that moment, and my arms just moved of their own, I swear. You have to forgive me. It was just an accident.
I have already told you that I am not going to forgive you for what you did to me.
But I'm your mother-in-law, your husband's mother. You can't just cut me out of your lives like that.
For the last time, I am not the one making that decision. If you don't want your children to stop talking to you, then you need to go and talk to them. But as far as I'm concerned, you and I are not family.
Please, don't say anything. I am so sorry for everything. I promise to never ever try to interfere in your life ever again. I won't even be mean to you, and I won't order you around like I did before. I'll do all of that if you just say that you'll forgive me.
I really can't believe that you think that's what's going to solve all of this. An apology has no meaning if there's no intent behind it. I have to say that you are just not the person that I thought you were when we first met. I am nothing but disappointed in you.
Carla, I'm so sorry for everything.
No, you're not. And that's the problem. But hopefully you've learned your lesson from this and can be a better mother-in-law in the future. Of course, it doesn't mean we'll ever let you back into our lives after what you've done. After that, Ben and I talked and we finally settled on dropping the charges that I was going to press against his mother. Instead, we served her with the full bill for my injuries and made her sign on to a restraining order to keep her away from me. Although it was unlikely that the court would have sent a woman of her age to jail, our settlement was a good way to ensure that she would keep away from us. After that, I blocked her on every medium imaginable. I heard from Ben, however, that rumors were spreading around Rhonda's neighborhood about what she did to me. Apparently, Rhonda was so humiliated that she doesn't even leave the house anymore. Afraid of being known as the person who harmed her daughter-in-law and lost her family, Rhonda decided that she had to move away. Now, not even her children know where she is or what she might be doing these days. A few months later, I heard that Kate and her husband talked about what she was going through and that the two of them decided to move out of his parents' house. Ever since then, Kate has seemed much less stressed than before. Hello there, Mary. I just wanted to let you know that we're just about to leave the hotel and start driving back home now. So thank you so much for watching the house for us while we were gone. We really do appreciate it.
It's not a problem at all, Julie. I mean, you and Brandon have been so far apart. I'm glad you got a nice little vacation. You had said you two really wanted to spend some time together, given all that's happened, right?
Yes, and I really, really needed it. I will say that much.
Well, that's just lovely to hear. I take it that you two enjoyed your time then.
Yes, it was really a lovely time, and I'm so glad I was able to do that. Next time I decide to take a trip, though, Brandon and I will make sure that we make arrangements for all three of us to go. I was talking to Brandon, and he insisted on it.
Oh, well, isn't my son just the most thoughtful young man? That sounds lovely, by the way. Although I just know that you and I are going to be quite lonely from here on out. Can you believe that Brandon is being asked to work away from home for a whole year?
I know. I don't know why I thought I was going to be okay when he first told me. But now I'm starting to wish that I really did ask about going out and moving with him for his new job.
I know, but at least it's just 1 year, and then the two of you will be back together again. Besides, you're going to keep working even while he's gone, right?
Next time we decide to take a trip, though, Brandon and I will make sure that we make arrangements for all three of us to go. I was talking to Brandon, and he insisted on it.
I think you're going to be just fine. You two make such a nice couple. Do you know that? Of course, the fact that he's leaving the country doesn't make it any easier. If he was staying here, then at least he could come and visit some weekends or holidays or something like that. But I guess that just might not happen now.
I know, I really am just so sad about the whole thing. If I can be honest, I just really miss my husband.
What? But you two haven't even been married for a full year. Can you really say that you miss him that much? Besides, at least we still have each other, right? I'm probably the only other person who knows just quite how you feel, since we're both missing the same person. Besides, if you're really feeling that lonely, I have some work around the house you can do to take your mind off of things, ha!
You know, I think I might just have to ask for a pass on that, if it's okay.
Of course, dear, I was only joking with you. Anyways, I guess if you're leaving from the hotel now, that you won't be getting back home until quite late, yes? Do you know what you're going to do for dinner?
Yeah, I was just thinking of eating at home, if that's okay with you.
Of course, that's not a problem at all. I'll think of something to cook for you before you get here.
Mary, are you sure about that? You know that you really don't have to do that for me. You really can be too kind sometimes, do you know that?
Oh, please, it's the least I can do. Besides, I was still going to have to cook dinner for myself. It's nothing to just cook a bit more so that you have a bit too. Not to mention the fact that, unlike you, I've got nothing but time on my hands.
I know, but you certainly haven't let retirement slow you down at all. You're as energetic as ever.
Oh, well, I certainly don't feel it most days. All I feel are the years weighing down on me most of the time.
Well, even if that's true, you certainly don't show it at all.
Well, thank you so much, dear. I would be lying if I said that I didn't really try to take care of myself. Anyway, I guess I'll get things ready for dinner. You tell that son of mine to make sure that he gets you back home safe, okay? Julie, are you there? I'm just messaging to let you know that I want fish for dinner. Oh, and chop up some fresh vegetables and make us a salad to eat as well, okay?
Mary, I'm really sorry, but I'll have to stay late at the office doing some overtime. I don't really think I'll be able to get home in time to make dinner for the two of us.
So then you're telling me that I'll have to do all of the cooking tonight?
I just don't think that I'm going to be getting out of here any earlier than 8 tonight. So, I'm really sorry to ask, but it would help a lot if you could cook dinner tonight.
So you're telling me that I would have to wait until past 9 o'clock before I would be eating anything from you? Fine then, I see how it is. Maybe I'll just have something delivered then. What do you think about that?
Well, I really am sorry if I'm causing any kind of inconvenience for you by my having to work.
This whole house really has just been falling apart ever since Brandon left for his work thing. I mean, don't you have any shame at all in how much you've let this part break down? Don't you have any pride in maintaining your home as a wife?
I really just don't know what to say. This isn't the first time that I've had to work overtime at my office.
Yes, but those times we had Brandon and I here at home, and one of us could take care of the house. But with Brandon gone and you working all day, that means all of the work falls to me, doesn't it? Do you really think it's fair that I have to do everything?
Mary, I'm really sorry if I'm not understanding correctly, but did I do something to upset you? I just feel like lately you've been acting really coldly towards me, and I don't know what I did.
I just explained to you what it is I'm upset about, didn't I? I told you that ever since Brandon left, you've been completely slacking about keeping up the housework and doing the cooking.
Well, I'm really sorry that it's ended up that way, but it really wasn't my intention at all. I hope you realize that.
Even the food you've been making when you do cook is just the same 3 recipes recycled. Do you think I hadn't noticed that?
I'm really sorry. I just have never really been good at cooking, and I'm so tired after I come home from working all day. Brandon was always so much better at cooking, but he's still so far away.
Well, I'm getting sick of eating the same things over and over again. Not only that, but I feel like you've been giving even less food than before. Are you trying to starve me or something?
Mary, please, you know that I would never do anything like that. I'm so sorry if I've done anything to give you that idea.
And another thing I wanted to tell you. Will you stop running the laundry so late at night? You know that my bedroom is near the laundry room, don't you? Or are you just going to tell me that you don't have any other time to do laundry except for at night? Why can't you just set your alarm for earlier in the morning and do it then? Is that really too much to ask?
Okay, I understand. I'm really sorry that I was bothering you with that before.
Well, why am I having to explain this to you? Why don't you have the common sense to figure it out on your own? I just wish that you wouldn't be so selfish. After all, I am your mother-in-law, and you should be more considerate of my needs.
Mary, you know that I care about you a lot and that I always try to consider your needs.
Well, just as long as you realize that you've been, that's what matters most. And you need to quit using being busy as an excuse to get out of all of this. It's honestly ridiculous that you even think you can really even say that when you're married to someone like Brandon. He went to one of the top schools in the country and is working for one of the world's largest companies now. You only have a high school diploma, and you're still keeping your meaningless job. What's even the point of working if you're going to marry someone rich and successful like Brandon?
I'm sorry, Mary, but are you really that opposed to me keeping my job? Is that what this is about?
I'm just saying that maybe if you were doing something more like Brandon, I might be able to make an exception. But as it stands, you don't have a great job, and you're not even earning all that much money. I just feel like your time would be better used staying home and taking care of the house. After all, what's the point of having a daughter-in-law if not to take care of you?
I see. So that's really how you feel about all of this?
Well, it is, but I'm afraid that it's really too late to do much of it now. I really just don't expect you to impress me with anything now. And given that both your parents are dead, it's not like we can expect some huge windfall of money through you either. Honestly, I just hope that you and Brandon get a divorce soon.
Do you really mean that? Is that really what you want to happen?
I mean, I just don't really see any reason for you two to stay together. What are you able to bring to the table at all for him? You're just a plain girl who's going to end up starting a very plain family with my son, when he could get so much more out of life.
But Mary, please. I really am doing my best to keep things running while Brandon is away. You know that, right? I really didn't mean to cause you so much trouble.
Well, you should even try harder not to do that from now on. Honestly, do you even think before you act? The least you could do is just obey me whenever I tell you to do something. But if you can't even do that, then maybe I really should just try and run you out of here. You really need to remember your place in this family.
Mary, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I'm not going to be going home today.
What are you talking about? Are you staying somewhere else tonight or something? Do you even realize what you're telling me right now? You are my son's wife, and you're really telling me that you're not coming back to your house tonight?
I'm very sorry, but I had an accident at work and I passed out. Apparently, I also have a fever, so I'm going to be staying at a friend's house who lives near my company.
I see what's going on here. You're just going to stay with another man while your husband is away on his business trip. You really do have some nerve telling me, your mother-in-law, all of this.
No, it isn't that. In fact, this friend is a girl, actually. Also, I've already told Brandon about what happened.
Oh, really? Well then, who is going to make sure that I have dinner in the evening, and that breakfast is ready for me when I wake up? And who is going to do all of the cleaning and laundry around here, huh? And just who do you think is going to take care of the garden as well? You better at least tell me that you'll be stopping by here to take care of all of that.
Mary, I'm sorry, but until I recover from what happened to me, I won't be doing any of that. What I need to do right now is rest.
Oh, please, you probably just caught a little cold or something like that. But that's not an excuse to get out of your chores. That's something that a little kid would try to do. I am your mother-in-law, and I'm ordering you to take care of me.
Even if I did go over to the house, I just wouldn't be able to do anything at all in my state. Besides, aren't you just getting over that cold that you had just last week? I would hate if whatever I have is contagious and I got you sick. I'm just going to stay here with my friend, all right?
You really are just a terrible, horrible daughter-in-law, do you know that? How dare you not listen to what I tell you? Here I thought I was going to be happy the day that you finally said you were never going to come back, but not when you're just doing it to get out of helping me while my son isn't here.
You know, I was really hoping that you and I could have gotten along and been better friends, Mary. But now I see that that just isn't going to happen.
Why don't you just wait for Brandon to come back from his business trip before you run away like this? Although if you did leave him, then everything could go back to the way it was before.
I see. I think you're right about that.
Wait, you mean that you'll really get a divorce with Brandon then? Well, good. Finally. Good riddance. I never want to see you again.
Mary, I was just curious. Are you at the house right now?
No, actually, I'm not. If you must know, I'm on vacation with a friend. We're out enjoying some lovely hot springs. So tell me what you want right away or leave me alone.
Well, I was actually trying to get into the house to grab some things of mine, and I can't get in.
Well, that's because I changed the locks to the doors, of course. You really think that I was going to let a horrible woman like you back in the house after the way you left me? I thought I told you that I never wanted to see you again.
So you really think you can just try and take my house from me like this, you old hag?
Did you really just call me that? Well, I guess I see the real kind of person you are now. I knew that you were just putting on an act and only pretending to want to be my friend, but I'll be sure to tell Brandon what you said to me.
Actually, those words are from none other than your son, Brandon himself.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? You're trying to tell me that Brandon called me that? I don't believe you.
Well, I was just shocked at the way you turned on me after Brandon left. You became a horrible bully. So of course I had to tell him all about it.
You mean that you ratted on me to Brandon? How could you do that? I thought you said that you wanted to try to get along with me.
Well, I've already given up on that. The only reason I'm here now is to collect my things. After that, I really will move out of this house forever.
Oh, really? Well, that's a relief to hear. You know how I never ever want to deal with you again. And just where will you go, though? It's not like you have any parents who you can go and live with.
You do remember that I have a job, don't you? I can move into a new place if I want. My parents may be dead, but that doesn't mean that I can't take care of myself.
Well, fine. But if you're leaving, just make sure to sign the divorce papers I have left for you on the kitchen counter.
And just why would I do that? My husband is in another country and wouldn't be able to do anything about it for months.
Except for the fact that you're forgetting that I am Brandon's mother. That means that I can sign his divorce papers for him if I want. And after you leave, I'll take care of my son's house until he comes back.
Except for the fact that I was the one who suggested letting you live with us. It was your son who was against it, actually.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I was hoping that by letting you live with us, that you and I could have gotten along. But I would have never guessed that you'd treat me like this.
But wait, I don't understand. My son would always do whatever I told him to.
Except that I know you don't have as much control as you say. That's why you've been trying to tell Brandon all about what you think is going on here. Like about how I'm not doing enough chores, or how you think I might be sleeping around.
Well, so what? Who cares if I am if it's true that you're being suspicious? Besides, when I told Brandon that I was going to try to get you to sign the divorce papers, he said okay. You see, that means he's on my side. Too bad for you. Now that you don't have anybody left, don't you get that?
No, I'm afraid that you've just jumped the gun and leapt to a conclusion that isn't true. In fact, it was Brandon who suggested that I try going over to the house in person to try and talk to you. He suggested that I confront you and tell you that we're going to cut you out of our lives. And at this point, I had no reason to disagree with him.
Wait, so the two of you are just going to try to cut me out of your lives entirely?
That's right, and there is nothing that you can do about it.
But this isn't fair. I mean, I never had any kind of warning or anything. You can't just tell me this.
You know, I really didn't want it to come to this. I was hoping that if enough time passed that you would have changed your way, but you only got worse instead.
Hold on a second. Brandon just sent me a message. He told me that he never wants to come back home.
That sounds about right. I asked him to send you a message since you weren't listening to what I had to tell you. But it's true. We don't ever want you setting foot in our house again. Just go and find somewhere else to live, got it? You can come over another day and pick up your things if you'd like to.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't understand. Are you really serious about all of this?
Of course we're serious, and just why would we need to wait?
Well, because I was going to be coming back home tomorrow. Please, can't you just let me get my things then? Can't I stay there one more night to pack?
Fine, you can come back here, but just to pack up your things and leave.
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to leave right away. After all, it will take me some time to try to find a place that would let me rent, right?
No, there are plenty of open apartments around the city, and you're more than welcome to choose from any of them.
But, Julie, I'm your mother-in-law. You know that, right? You can't just treat your husband's mother like this. You have to be kinder to me.
Is that supposed to be some kind of a joke or something?
Of course not. Don't you see how cruel you're being towards me? I mean, I know that we might fight now and then, but there's no need to escalate things like this. I know that you don't really want to do this.
What on earth are you talking about? You're the one who completely changed on me after Brandon left. I think that you never even liked me to begin with. I mean, it wasn't long before you started trying to push me to divorce my husband. Not only that, but you were making fun of my parents' deaths as well.
No, I wasn't trying to put you down at all. I was just worried about your options would be without Brandon in your life. Don't you get it?
I really don't care at all what excuses you've made up for yourself, but you've done nothing but make me feel awful as a woman, wife, and daughter-in-law ever since Brandon went away.
Please, you have to know that that was really never ever my intention.
And how can you expect me to believe that you cared for me at all when you were actively trying to ruin my marriage to Brandon? You know, I was so upset that I was doing something wrong and trying to become friends with you, I wondered what I was doing to make you talk to me in the way that you did. And when the stress finally became too much for me and I collapsed at work, I knew that I just had to keep myself from going back home for my own health. You were the cause of all my suffering.
Please, I am so sorry about everything, Julie. You have to believe me. Can't we just talk about this like adults? There's no need to do something as drastic as kicking me out.
You really thought that you could turn my own husband against me, and now you're just desperate because you realized that you have nobody in your corner at all. I really did want to get along with you, but you've pushed me into doing this. Never forget that. After Mary got back from her trip, she came over to the house where I had already hired movers to box up her stuff and prepare them to be taken off to her family home. Mary was in tears over being kicked out, but nothing she could say would make me change my mind. She was crying the whole way through, from when she first stepped into the house until she took her last step out of it with boxes in hand. She tried to apologize for the way she had treated me, but I wasn't having it. I told her that what she did to me was horrible and that neither Brandon nor I ever wanted anything to do with her again. I hear that ever since she's got back to her old house, that she's become something of a shut-in, hardly ever leaving the house. As for me, I finally feel like I have a peace of mind that I haven't felt in a long time. Of course, I think it's horrible that things went the way they did with Mary and I. But it isn't long before Brandon will come back and we decided what we want to do as a couple again.
Tom, are you there? I just wanted to remind you that we're going to my parents' house. You do remember making those plans, right? I'm only saying this because I need you to come home a little early tonight. I told my mom that we would be heading out of here around 7 p.m. tonight.
Oh, right. So sorry about this, Julie, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it back on time. A really important errand I have just popped up, so...
Wait, what? What errand? What are you talking about?
Well, a very important client just asked me out to dinner and some drinks. So I really just am not in a position at all to turn him down, you know? I guess you and Dot have to go together.
But my parents invited us over to their house to celebrate Dot's birthday. Don't you remember?
I know, but I don't get why they even did that when we already celebrated here at the house on the day of. So wouldn't that make this party kind of a sub-party or something like that? The whole point I'm trying to make here is just that I don't think it's super necessary that I be there.
You mean you don't even want to be there for your own daughter's birthday? You know how much she loves getting to spend time with you since you're always so busy with work. Besides, don't you think that you've been going out drinking just a little too much recently? I mean, I remember you saying that you had to go out last weekend, and the weekend before that as well. You're always coming home late because of that.
Look, I know I've been going out a lot, but it's not like I've been getting hammered every single day or something like that. Besides, you know these kinds of things just come with the job, don't you?
I know that sometimes you have to go out and entertain clients, yes. But you don't always have to go every single time someone invites you out. I remember talking to your coworker, Jeff, and he was telling me that he's learned to say no to business dinner and to spend more time with his family. So, I just wonder if maybe that's something that you might have to work on as well, you know?
Okay, well, the difference between me and Jeff is that Jeff has no ambition, you see? He's gonna be stuck doing the same job at the office forever. I just know it.
Well, I am sure that his family is very, very grateful for how much he is sacrificing to be with them. Besides, Tom, I know how hard you work. You give so much to your job, and it shows. But there's a flip side to that. I mean, when was the last time you didn't have just Dot and I clean the whole house? I just feel like we have to do everything around here, and we never even get to see you.
Okay. I get it. Jeez. I guess I can try and come home early tomorrow. Okay?
No, Tom, it can't be tomorrow. It has to be tonight. Please, you know about these plans, and I already told my parents too. And there's something else, actually. I want you to start taking Dot to her track and field practices, okay?
Oh, right. I almost forgot that the big race is coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
That's right. And I want to make sure that we support Dot in this every single step of the way. Besides, it would be a good chance for you and her to spend some quality time together and maybe do some father-daughter bonding. Because Dot complains all the time about you not being at home enough.
Are you kidding me? Do I not see her every single morning before I go to work?
That's exactly the problem, Tom. You only see her briefly in the morning. But Dot is still waking up by the time that you're basically out the door, so she hardly even interacts with you. And because you're always coming home so late, by the time you do get back here, Dot has already fallen asleep.
Right, I see. I guess when you put it that way, I can kind of start to see your point.
Well, that's why I'm pushing so hard for you to be there for her this weekend for her birthday. And not only on her birthday, but the weekends in general. You do realize that during the week, I'm the one driving Dot around everywhere, despite the fact that I also have a part-time job. I need some alone time too, Tom. I really mean this.
Okay, alright. I get it. I understand what you're saying, and I'm sorry for everything.
Well then, do you think that you could think of something for you and Dot to do this weekend?
Well, now, just hold on. I was going to play golf this weekend.
You're going to be playing golf all weekend? On Saturday and Sunday? Are you serious?
Well, I've really been wanting to get out there and practice my drive. But I swear to you that I will think of something Dot and I can do next weekend. And from now on, I promise to try and find more ways to be at home and spend more time with you both. But I just need this weekend.
Ugh. Tom, do you even realize that you always do this? Why should I trust you this time?
Please. I swear that I'll come home on this time every single day of the week. You have my word. Just give me this, okay?
It's fine too. You clearly have already made up your mind, and I'm not going to be changing it. I take it that you're going to be golfing with your boss again this time? I'm not happy about it, but if you really want to go and do this thing, then be my guest. But you have to promise me right now that you are not going to make any plans that don't involve Dot next weekend. At the very least, you have to spend at least one day, Saturday or Sunday, with her, okay?
Yes, I got it. I swear that I'll keep my schedule open just for Dot, okay? I promise you.
Well, I'm sorry, but I guess the only thing I have to say is that I'll believe it when I see it. Anyways, I have to finish up some dishes that I was going to take over to my parents' house. And I guess I can leave you some dinner for when you come back home.
Great. Thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me. Just please tell your parents how sorry I am that I had to miss this. But I'm sure that they'll understand.
That's fine. I appreciate you apologizing. Just please don't drink too much. And be careful coming home, okay?
Hey Julie, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that my mom and I were going to be taking a trip together at the end of the month, okay? I think we'll probably be away for about a week or so.
Wait, hold on. You're going to be leaving the house for a whole week?
Yeah, don't worry though. I already asked for the time off from work and they said it was fine.
Now wait just a second here, Tom. We haven't even taken a vacation anywhere for over a year now. But now you're saying that you've made plans with your mom and you're going to leave just the two of you?
Yeah, well, I am her son, and I think she deserves to have a nice little vacation. Is that so wrong? Besides, you know that we live much farther away from her than your parents. We hardly ever get to see her compared to them. So I was just thinking that it would be great if I could do something for her. I asked my mom if there was anything she really had been wanting to do lately, and she told me it was to take a trip somewhere.
And did you even suggest that Dad and I tag along as well?
No, I think my mom just wanted to go on a trip with her son. Keep it all in the family, you know? Besides, it's already expensive enough traveling with just the two of us. If we doubled that amount of people, that would just be too much.
Now look, Tom, I am not telling you not to go on this trip, but I am saying that I just wish you thought this through a little more and talked to me about it.
I know, you're right. I probably should have talked to you about this first. But I was just thinking that you and I and Dot could go take a vacation whenever we want. But it's way more difficult with my mom, and you never know if something's going to happen to her health. So I just wanted to go on a mother and son trip while we still could. I mean, we all only live once, right?
Yes, that is true, and I'm sure your mom is very happy to get to do this with you.
You have no idea. She sounded like she was overjoyed when I told her about the plan. She's been sending me messages every day asking about it ever since then.
Well, that's good, and I am happy for the two of you. But when you get back from that trip, can we please try and look into something to do with just the three of us? Because Dot still complains about not getting to see you often enough.
What is she talking about? I went to her race and watched that, didn't I?
Tom, please, you were asleep through basically all of it. I wouldn't really say that you were there. In fact, I couldn't believe that you did that. What in the world made you think that was okay?
Well, I don't really know what to say. I guess the stress from working all week just caught up with me and I couldn't keep my eyes open. But I promise that when I get back from this trip, I'm only going to be focused on two things. You and Dot. You have my word, okay?
I thought I already had your word, Tom. But you always do this. You always say what you think I want to hear, but you don't follow through.
I know, but this time I'm for real. You have to believe me. Ask Dot about where she would like to go, and we could do a whole weekend trip to wherever she wants.
And you promise that you'll actually follow through on that this time? Because if you don't, then I'm going to be very, very upset with you. You know that, right?
Come on. Did you really just tell me that? Of course I'm not going to break this promise. I'm telling you that once I get back from this trip with my mom, I am only going to be focused on you and Dot. I know that I've caused you a lot of trouble by not really listening to you like I should be, but this really was just for my mom. I swear. You should have seen how she lit up when I first even suggested going somewhere with her.
And just where is all of this coming from all of a sudden, huh? Because it's not like you even spent that much time with your mom before now.
What do you mean? Of course nothing has happened, but I'm already 35 and I've just been doing a lot of thinking is all.
I see. Well, I would be lying if I said that hearing all of this didn't make me happy. And I really do hope that you and your mom are able to enjoy the time together.
Of course. I promise that we're going to make the most of it, and that I swear that I'm going to be all about you and Dot. And I'm not just saying that. I really truly am going to follow through this time. I'll be a new man by the time I get back.
Well, you don't have to wait for your trip to change, you know. But I am glad that you're so optimistic about this. I guess I'll ask Dot about where she would like to go, and then I'll get back to you about what she said, okay?
Great. Sounds good to me. I'm looking forward to it.
Hello, Julie. I was wondering if you had a moment to chat. Oh, Rita, it's been so long since I've heard from you. Of course I have a moment to chat with my mother-in-law. What's in your mind? Well, the thing is that I can't seem to get a hold of Tom at all. And I'm wondering if you happen to know where he is. Is he at home with you right now? It's actually a bit of an emergency, so I really need to connect with him soon. Wait, what? I'm sorry. I'm a little confused. Aren't you two on your trip together right now? A trip? What do you mean by that? I'm still here at the hospital. I'm sorry, what? You're at the hospital? What happened? Is everything okay? No, everything is not okay. I was out jogging this morning and I rolled my ankle, but I happened to be on a hill just then, so I ended up rolling all the way down in. And by the time I came to, I was awake in a hospital bed. I guess some passerby must have seen what happened and called the ambulance. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. Is anything broken at all? Yes. In addition to my ankle, I also broke my right wrist in the fall. Not only that, but I hit my head a few times, so they want to keep me overnight here. So anyways, I wanted to get in touch with Tom and tell him all about what happened, but I can't. I see. So then you're still at the hospital right now, is that right? That's right. I think I'll probably be here until sometime tomorrow, it seems. But that means that you're really not on any sort of vacation right now then? There you go again, talking about trips and vacations. What is that all about? Why do you think that I'm supposed to be out of town right now? Well, it's just that Tom left to go to the airport yesterday. He told me we were going to meet you there and that you two were going to take a mother and son vacation together. Wait, what? Well, this is the first that I'm hearing about any of this. But I haven't seen Tom in months, and he certainly never told me about that kind of trip. That's why I went out jogging today, like I always do, because I thought it was just a normal day. I see. Well then, I guess that means that Tom was lying to me, wasn't he? I guess it certainly does seem that way. Oh, Julie, I am so sorry that you have to deal with my idiot of a son. You really don't deserve any of this. I can't believe that Tom would lie to you. Can you tell him that he needs to get back here right this second? Hold on there for a second, Rita. I actually think it might be good if we take some time to figure out where Tom is and what he's doing. I have a feeling that he's traveling with someone. I'd be surprised if I was out running around doing all of this alone. I see. So then you think that Tom is away on vacation with some other person? I think the chances of that are quite high, yeah. I think it would be better if we kept this a secret between us and let Tom keep thinking that he's gotten away with this. I see. Well, if you think that's best, then I'll follow your lead. I guess in that case, I'll just leave a message telling him that I'm in the hospital and see what he says. Yes, please do that. And I really am so sorry that you had that accident, Rita. It sounds just horrible. Oh no, I'm fine really. Just a little banged up and bruised. But I really am so sorry that my son lied to you like he did. You really didn't deserve any of that. You don't need to apologize for anything, Rita. You didn't do anything, okay? But I'm going to investigate into this and let you know what I find. Besides, I am worried in case Tom is in some kind of actual trouble right now. Either way, you just focus on recovering and getting out of there as soon as you can, okay? I suppose there's really not much else I can do from here. But if you think of any way that I can help, just let me know. Thank you so much for that, Rita. I really do appreciate it. Okay then, I'll keep you updated on what happens next.
Hey Rita, where are you? I wanted to let you know that I'm back from my trip now.
Well, good for you. Have a look at the kitchen table.
Wait a second. What is this? These are divorce papers. What's going on here?
What do you think is going on here? You and I are getting a divorce, Tom. I already signed where I need to, so just sign the papers and let's get this over with.
Wait a second. Is this about taking the trip with my mom?
No, it's not about that.
Then, is this about not spending enough time with you and Dot?
I guess that's one way of putting that, yeah.
But I told you that I was going to be a changed man when I got back from this trip. Please don't do this.
You idiot. The reason I'm divorcing you is because you left on this trip to cheat on me. You made this whole sob story about how you realized the importance of family, and it was just a lie. But did you really think you were going to get away with this?
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? I'm not cheating on you. I really did just have a trip with my mom and that's it. I told you about this.
And I talked to your mom about your trip together.
But how could you do that? I doubt she's even back home now.
I guess you really still do think that you can get away with this. If you must know, your mom reached out to me and told me that you told her to say that you did go on a trip with her. Actually, her and I are together right now.
Hold on a second. Why are you with my mom? I don't get it.
I'm with your mom because while you were away with whoever, she had an accident and ended up in the hospital. She reached out to me looking for you while I thought that the both of you were away together on a vacation. So tell me, who just was it that you were traveling around with?
It was just a friend, that's all. I swear. But I don't think you know them. You have to know that I wasn't cheating on you, though. You know that I would never ever do that.
Oh, please. Can you just come out and admit it already? You left yourself logged on your laptop, and I could see your whole trip itinerary. I already know everything. I was just hoping that you'd come out and admit it yourself.
But, no. You don't get it. Please, you have the wrong idea about this.
No, I don't. It wasn't just one friend, was it? It was a group of your friends who were all cheating on their wives. But you have to know that I follow some of them, and they posted about their trip online. I could see everything.
Okay, let me explain. The thing is that I didn't want to go on this trip, and the only reason I did was that so I could tell this other woman that we had to break up. She told me she wanted to end it all on a high note and begged me to come with her on the trip. So it's all over. You believe me now, right?
Even if I did believe what you just told me, you're still admitting to cheating on me. You get that, right?
Well, yeah, but did you miss the part where I broke up with her to be with you and Dot?
Oh, well, thank you so much for sparing some thoughts for your daughter and wife. We appreciate it greatly. You really always show how much you care by forcing me to watch Dot while you barely ever spend any time at home.
But I didn't have any choice. She might have blurted everything to you if I said no.
I can't believe that you actually think I'm going to pity you for any of this. Do you really think that I would ever forgive you for this? Just know that I'm going to sue you for this affair.
I'm so sorry. I'll pay you whatever it is that you need me to. But please, just don't leave me. That's all I ask.
I'm afraid that I've been hurt and betrayed by you too many times. Not only that, but I've let you hurt my daughter far too many times. All that girl wants is to spend more time with her father and go out and do fun things with you. But you seem to prefer working and sleeping around to spending any time with your own child.
Please, Rita, don't you know how much it hurts to have you say those kinds of things to me? You know this isn't how I wanted all of this to go, right?
Quite frankly, I don't think you know how this was going to go. But it is clear that you didn't look ahead at when you were doing any of this. But you were never hesitant to constantly remind me of how hard you work for your family. But I guess in the end, that was just another lie, wasn't it?
I'm so sorry. I was an idiot. I never should have treated you like this. You didn't deserve any of this.
Oh, I am well aware of that. I don't need you telling me that. I didn't need my husband cheating on me, thank you very much. But that's why I'm leaving you. You're a terrible husband, a terrible father, and a sad excuse for a man. I just don't see the point in wasting any more of my life with you. If you want to do something for Dot and I, know that that would be to sign the divorce papers and leave us alone forever. After that, Tom and I got divorced. He was kicking and screaming and crying throughout the whole process, but I didn't let that slow me down. Even Tom's mom was on my side and pushed him into signing the divorce papers as well. Needless to say, I made sure that I was given full custody of Dot. It turns out the woman my husband was seeing was someone from his work. After our divorce, rumors began to circle about what happened, and before long, everyone knew what was going on between the two of them and that it led to Tom's divorce. Tom couldn't stand all the rumors circling around the office about him, so he finally quit his job and moved away. But that's not before I was able to sue him and the other woman for their affair. I also made it so Tom would have to pay child support. The last I heard, Tom was renting a tiny apartment in another city and trying to start his life over from scratch. As for me, I had so much love and support come in from family and friends that I think Dot and I are going to be just fine. I was obviously so nervous about starting life as a single mother who had been cheated on by her husband. But with so much love and support, I realized that I had basically already been a single mother throughout my entire marriage. Tom was hardly ever there for us, and I was always doing all the parenting. Of course, now that I'll have to work full-time, things will be getting more complicated, but the money from the lawsuit is going to make this transition much easier. Now I know that as long as Dad and I are together, nothing is ever going to come between us. I'm not going to pretend like the future is going to be easy, but I think it will be much brighter without Tom in our lives.
Hey Yolanda, are you there? Because you and I need to have a serious talk. I mean, did you really expect me to eat that trash you packed for my lunch? Especially after how awful last night's dinner was? How about you try putting in even a modicum of effort when you cook next time, huh?
Excuse me? Are you serious, Eric? How about you thank me for even packing your lunch for you? Honestly, if you're just going to be like this, then you can just buy your lunch from the office. Because I am not going to get up extra early to cook for you if you're going to be like this.
Oh, please. You might have a point if your cooking was even worth the effort you put into it. Today's is just especially bad. What is even the point of packing my lunch if you're just feeling it with a bunch of reheated crap from the freezer? The least that you could do is try to add a little variety in there, don't you think?
Eric, you were the one who set our budget for groceries. I'm only working with the parameters that you've set for me. But as long as we're on this subject, how about we talk about your drinking? Don't you think that you're spending just a bit too much there?
And what's wrong if I want to use the money I earn from my job on a drink now and then?
Because it isn't now and then, and you know that we are barely making it with the budget that we have now. We really have to be careful about where we're spending our money. We've talked about this.
So you're really gonna tell me, the only one of us with a real job, that I need to cut back on my spending?
I'm just saying that I think you have a tendency to overspend when you go out is all.
I really can't believe that you're coming after me after all the work I've done for this family. Am I seriously not even allowed to indulge myself now and then?
Of course you are. I'm not trying to tell you that you aren't allowed to relax now and then. I'm just asking that you're a bit more conscious of your spending is all.
You're making such a big deal out of this. There's no way that I'm even spending that much. Why are you doing this right now?
Look, Eric, I am just telling you that at this rate, we aren't able to put enough aside to be able to save up money. I mean, what are we going to do if there's some kind of emergency or something like that? If living within our budget is really that difficult for you, then we'll just have to find a way to bring in more money.
I'll have you know that my job gives me a raise every single year. Are you really telling me that that isn't enough?
Well, maybe I could just ask your mom if she wouldn't mind if I went out and found at least a part-time job so I could contribute a little. And if I did that, then I could buy nice food to pack for your lunches.
No, that isn't going to happen. I know my mom would rather have you at home. After all, we haven't even been married a year. You can't just go out and find a job so suddenly.
Okay then, if you really don't want me to have a job, then I need you to cooperate with me on this a little more, okay? Because I'm doing all I can at home to make sure that we're within our budget. I haven't even bought any clothes for myself in 6 months.
And just why on earth would a housewife like you even need new clothes, huh? Who are you planning to dress up for?
I'm not dressing up for anyone, but I am saying that if I don't need new clothes, then maybe you don't either. Surely you'd be fine with the suit that you always wear to work, right?
Well then, what am I supposed to wear on my days off then, huh?
Well, it isn't like you have no clothes right now. You could just wear what you have, right?
Wait a second. I see what's going on here. You keep going on and on about how we're supposed to be saving money. But really, you just don't want me to be buying anything for myself. Isn't that right?
Of course not. I'm saying that we both have to make sure that we're doing our best to stay within our budget. And you know how grateful I am for all the work you do to support us all.
Well, if you were really grateful, then you would try even harder to cut down on the budget at home. Because the way you're talking, you're making it sound like I'm going around buying fur coats for myself. Maybe you should check yourself before pointing the finger at others.
But I'm already doing everything that I could possibly be doing to try and save money. All I'm asking is that you cut back your spending a little bit. Is that really so much?
And I'm telling you that I'm sure that you're not doing enough. For example, do you have the AC on right now?
The AC? Well, yes, I do have it on, actually.
Well, there you go. Turn it off right now.
Eric, come on. You can't be serious, right? It's summer and we're in the middle of a heat wave.
Do you think people 100 years ago had AC and that they could use it on days like these? Of course not. And yet somehow they survived and managed to get through their days. You're just spoiled with all the comforts of home that you get to enjoy while I'm at work.
But Eric, the news is always talking about how the heat waves are getting worse and worse every single year.
They're all just babies who are too used to having things like AC and heaters. They don't even know how to live in our world anymore. Besides, if it's really that hot, then you would probably have the AC turn out pretty high, don't you? You think that's free? The reason we weren't able to save any money is because of how much you're using appliances like that.
Eric, you don't really think that, do you? Are you really telling me to stay in the house with no AC?
I'm only giving you advice on how to save money, since you're complaining about how you can't think of what else you can do. Besides, you're just a housewife. It's not like you're even doing enough to build up a sweat or anything. Just crack some windows and it'll be fine.
Eric, I really think that you're being unreasonable right now. You can't be serious about this.
I have had just about enough if you're whining. I've told you what you need to do. Now, do it. Then that is something you can start with. And if that isn't enough, then I'll think of other ways too.
But it's so humid outside. Opening the windows is only going to let the humidity get inside the house.
Okay then. Keep the windows closed then. Are you really gonna complain about all these options I'm giving you? If you really got hot, just go outside and stand inside some store until you cool down. But I've made myself clear with you. I do not want you using the AC from here on out. So don't even think about it.
Hey, Eric, can you talk right now? I was just wondering where you are right now.
I'm out eating with some friends if you must know.
Well, you have to get back home right now, please.
Are you kidding me? Are you really trying to order me around on my day off? I can't believe you sometimes, Yolanda.
No, it's a real emergency. I just got back home from the grocery store and, well, someone has completely removed our AC unit. Did you do this? Please tell me this wasn't you.
Of course it was me. I know you were still using it. So I had to take things into my own hands.
Eric, please. It's almost 100 degrees outside, and if I don't open the windows, then the house becomes a sweat lodge.
I just don't get why you think you deserve to have any AC when you don't even have a job. You really ought to be thankful that you have it so easy as a housewife.
Please, Eric, it's like you're trying to punish me for something that I didn't even do.
Something you didn't do? You broke your promise to me, didn't you? I told you that I didn't want you using it, and you still did. And now you have the nerve to try and order me around while I'm out with my friends? You really are an annoying woman, do you know that?
But I was going to make us all dinner. You didn't even tell me that you had plans to go out at all. And I know that if I put these leftovers in your lunchbox that you'll just get upset with me. So it's basically just a waste of food, but I really am trying to do all we can to save money.
Good. You should keep doing that. Just quit asking me for help. You're an adult. Figure this out by yourself.
Eric, you are going to put our AC unit back in place when you get home, because this is not the way that we should be trying to save money.
You wish. I had to watch a video on how to even get that thing out there in the first place. I don't know how to put it back, and I know that you certainly don't either.
Well, then what are we going to do? You're really just going to keep our house like this?
I guess that means you'll probably have to call someone to reinstall it, huh? But wait, you can't do that because it'll cost too much money, and we're trying to save, right?
I don't even know what to say to you right now. I mean, you do realize that you're going to be hot in our house as well, right?
Oh, that's fine. I'm really only ever in the house when I sleep or wake up. Otherwise, I'm in my cool office for the rest of it. I can't stand a little heat if it means making sure that you don't get to use the AC at all.
Eric, I didn't want to mention this to you, but I've actually been feeling quite ill the past few days.
Oh, it's probably just a cold or allergies or something. Maybe some heat will help you actually. You can just sweat off whatever this is.
Please, Eric, I really haven't felt good all day, and it's only getting worse.
Man, you're really annoying. I mean, is there any other housewife in the world as needy as you are? You complain about every single little thing.
And just what does this have to do with me being a housewife, huh? You do realize that I actually have a lot I need to do every day.
Oh, please. You just need to pack my lunch and make dinner. Besides that, you probably just sit on the couch all day watching your soap operas.
You really think that's all I do? You don't realize that I also clean the house, keep the garden looking tidy, dust off everything, and much more? Besides, I may be a housewife, but that doesn't make me a maid. You could stand to do more around the house too, you know.
Here we go again. You and I have already talked about this, and I have told you the answer is no. Now look, I am trying to enjoy some quality time with the boys, and all this nagging is ruining my mood. So why don't you leave me alone and go back to all that hard work, cleaning the house that you've been always going on about? Just remember that I warned you not to use the AC and you were the one that disobeyed me. If you're so mad about what I did, you only have yourself to blame. Hey there, Yolanda. I heard that it's supposed to be well over 100 degrees outside today. How's it going being inside the house with all that?
What is the matter with you? Don't you realize what you've done? You really are an idiot. Do you know that?
Excuse me? What did you just call me? Just who do you think you're talking to, huh? You really need to learn your place, you know that? You're nothing but a useless housewife who needs to quit acting so uppity. I don't care how hot it is, you better not be using any kind of power to cool yourself down.
Well, then why don't you go and tell your office to shut off your AC, huh?
Oh, you must think you're really clever coming up with that one, huh? Or are you just trying to get me mad? I'm going to make sure that you don't get to use a single cent on yourself ever again. You idiot! It's because you've been treating your wife like this that she's ended up in the hospital. You really thought that she caught a cold in the middle of a summer like this? She was suffering from heat stroke. Wait, what? What is going on here? Is this not Yolanda? Just who are you? And why are you using my wife's cell phone, huh? Who am I? I'm your boss, Eric. It's me, Zach Henderson. Wait, Zach? I don't understand. What's going on here? Is this supposed to be some kind of joke or something like that? Why are you on my wife's phone? Hold on a second. This whole thing is just ridiculous. Yolanda, I know it's you. You're nothing but a filthy liar, do you know that? It isn't a lie. It's really me, Eric. I'm actually in the house right next to yours because my aunt owns it. Hold on. So, this is all really real? For the last time. Yes, it's really real. I happened to come over to my aunt's house for lunch, and I happened to see your wife stumble out of your house. She was covered in sweat, shivering, and looked as if she was about to pass out. You're kidding me. She really looked like that? That's right. And just where are you right now? Because I know you're not at the office right now. If you were, then you would have already found out that I was in the hospital with your wife right now. Right, well, I had some things that I needed to do, and so I stepped out for the day. Well, you should know that it was your wife who asked me to reach out to you and message you on her phone. But I have to say that I'm just shocked at what you yourself admitted to. I mean, how could you remove your own AC unit in your house? Not only that, but your wife told me that she found a hidden fan that you kept when you would go to sleep in the other room. How could you do this to your own wife? You're just awful. No, wait. You don't understand, Zach. This is just all part of a little spousal spat between us. Nothing else. I really didn't mean to bring you into this. I'm so sorry my wife tried to suck you into this. I am not the one you should be apologizing to right now, Eric. You're right. Please tell my wife how sorry I am that this went this far. By the way, which hospital is she in right now? No. Your wife doesn't want you to know where she is or for you to come and visit her. She only asked that I text you for her. Wait, she doesn't want me to visit her? Well then what is it that she wants to say to me? Well, she wants me to let you know that she wants a divorce. Hold on a second. You can't be serious about that, right? I'm afraid that she's very serious. She is sick of living under such a selfish man with so little regard for his own wife's well-being. But, you mean... I'm sorry, Zach. Can you please just let me talk to my wife right now? I know that she's sick and she really doesn't know what she's saying at all. Oh, give me a break. This is all your fault, and you know it. You know, I have friends who live in Alaska, and even up there they have to have their AC on. You're just crazy if you think that humans can survive in a heat like this. You're right, sir. I shouldn't have done this. It was all a mistake. It's no wonder your wife wants to leave you. Wait, boss, please. Can you at least tell me where my wife is right now? Your wife told me that she doesn't want you coming anywhere near here. But you should know that even before I text you, your own mom reached out and asked me if she could come visit. Your wife said it was okay, and when your mom got here, she was begging for Yolanda's forgiveness after all that you did. As for you, I want you back in the office now. I'll be waiting in meeting room number 4. But what is going on there? Is there a meeting today that I didn't know about? Didn't you hear? The AC is broken in that room. It's the hottest room in the whole office. And now it'll be all yours to use. Yolanda, please. Just how long is it going to be until you come back home? Surely you must be feeling better now, right? I said I'm sorry, didn't I? Shouldn't that be enough? You aren't really going to divorce me, are you?
Of course we're still getting divorced, but don't worry. I'll come over sometime this week to collect my things.
Yolanda, you really actually responded to me. Please. You have to know how sorry I am for everything.
I really don't want to hear it, Eric. Just sign the divorce papers and let's get this over with.
You're really serious about this, aren't you? You really want to just end it all. Was it really that bad being with me?
Of course it was. And now I just don't see any point at all in staying with you for another day.
Please don't say that. You have to know that I realized what I did was wrong. Not only that, but my boss has been forcing me to work in the only room in the building without AC. It is literally a sauna. It's got a window that lets sunlight in for almost the entire day. I have to bring a towel to work just so that I don't end up in a complete mess.
Well, I am glad that at least it sounds like you're getting a taste of your own medicine. But if you think that's going to change my mind, then you have got another thing coming. At least now you realize what it was that you were putting me through this whole time. I just hope that you know now that you can't treat people the way that you were treating me. You literally destroyed part of your house just to make a petty point.
I know, but I didn't think that you were going to have to go to the hospital for this.
Have you even been watching the news? This summer is so bad that there's been cases of heat stroke happening all over the city.
I'm sorry. I really had no idea. I didn't think it would affect you like that.
Well, I complained to you about it again and again, didn't I? And yet you refused to listen to a word I said. You just told me to stay inside the hot house and not use any electricity while you went out to be with your friends. I mean, what kind of husband doesn't let his own wife use the AC? How messed up is that? You really think that I enjoy keeping the house clean and doing all of the cooking? You're only just now starting to understand what you've put me through?
I know, but now I do understand. I swear. I mean, it's just so hot. I can barely even concentrate on my work. And I just assumed that you had it easy staying at home all day. I guess I got a little bit jealous over what I was picturing in my head.
And now you realize that's it. The whole thing was always just in your head, and I never had it as easy as you thought I did. Besides, I wanted to be out there working. I wanted to be helping us earn money, but you were the one who told me that I wasn't allowed to.
But I really wanted you to look after my mom. Surely you would have preferred staying at home with her over working, right?
Of course not. I told you over and over again that I wanted to be in an office working.
But this is my mom we're talking about. What was I supposed to do about her if you weren't gonna be there to look after her?
You think that she can't take care of herself? She's not even that old. But if you were really that worried, then you could have let me go to work and hired a nurse or something. You know that we wouldn't be having as many money problems as we are now if you had just let me go out and work like I wanted to in the first place. But no, I was kind enough to hold my tongue for as long as I could and do what you told me to because I thought it would be easier. And you just took that as permission to dump all of the work of taking care of your mom on me. And anytime I asked for your help or for you to take my side, you treated me like I was asking for the world. Well, I am not going to let you boss me around anymore. I am the one who knows what's best for me, and I am going to put as much distance as I can between you and your mom. Eric tried to drag the divorce process out for as long as he could, but I already know how to be patient enough to wait him out. Not to mention the fact that he was being seen as liable for my heat stroke. In the end, he knew that he had no other choice but to sign. After the divorce, however, rumors began to fly around his work about what had happened. I heard that he was only able to last a few more months there before all the rumors and whispering drove him to quit his job. Then I heard that Eric began to put all of the blame for his divorce and losing his job on his mom. He said that if she didn't insist I stayed home, that none of this would have happened. As for me, I took the alimony money and used it to move far, far away from Eric and his mom. I found an apartment for myself and have already started at a new job. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.